Welcome to the dirt. I'm Gray. That's Nicole. We are live and we are late because Nicole was stuck in traffic, which is what happens when we try and do a normally timed, not 9:30 at night podcast. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Hi, Gray. I live in Houston. I work in Katy.
Hmm.
I may have I may have underestimated the traffic jam just a little bit. But the thing is,
Only 30 minutes. It's fine.
though, if I had left 10 minutes earlier, I probably wouldn't have hit any traffic at all. And that's the crazy thing. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I am here and not there. So here we are.
Mark's right. 2 outs, her bad. Good one, Mark.
Mark's getting me. He's getting me.
Nobody is safe.
Nobody is safe.
Not at all. We're going to talk about a lot. And yes, I am not watching because I don't have a TV in this room, but I am tracking what's happening in Florida State right now.
Oof,
Florida
yeah.
State up 3-0 thanks to Janai Kerr's home run way back in the first. So we'll, check in on that every now and then, but we're going to dirt. We're going to do our thing. And Nicole, what should everybody do before we get started?
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to not only The Dirt, but all of Softball America's podcasts within its network. Here on YouTube, you can follow Gray and myself on social media. Mine is at Nicole_Mendes _. Gray, yours is
Gray_Robertson on the X. And I think that's a great way to showcase what I'm wearing today. Because as we know,
as we know,
I like to vary it up on this show. And you also probably
No way.
saw, I know, you probably saw on social media the news about what's going on in my family and my grandmother's passing. And there is nothing that she loved more besides her family than the Texas A&M Aggies. So I am sporting, in honor of Gigi, a Texas A&M sweatshirt.
Hey, let me hear you say gig 'em.
Gig 'em.
Thumbs up. Let me see it.
Doing it for Gigi.
Doing it. Gigi for gig 'em. Gig 'em for Gigi.
Gig 'em for Gigi.
Yeah, I got that backwards. Yeah.
It's okay. So yeah, that felt like the perfect time to pop on the sweatshirt that I've had for months and have not worn, but tonight felt like a great opportunity to do it. So honoring the grandmother.
I love that. That's so sweet.
I can be sentimental sometimes, as people who hear our year-end broadcasts always know.
Why A&M?
That's where mom's entire side of the family all went to college. Oh. Grandmother, grandfather, all the aunts and uncles, basically all the cousins. I'm like the weirdo who went to Alabama.
Are you the black sheep of the family? I'm the black sheep of my family because I went to OU.
Where did your family go?
A&M. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm from Houston, so that makes sense.
Yeah, my grandfather was not thrilled the day I told him I was not applying to A&M. He was not happy.
You didn't even apply?
I didn't apply. Why did I want to mess with Apply Texas? That website stinks.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that was aggressive.
I don't like Apply. At least it did when I was applying to colleges.
An attack on my home state, honestly.
I'm sorry. The website is overly complicated and complex.
I think I'm offended. I think maybe Texas just wants to make sure that we're only getting the finest in our state. So,
well, my take was I'm not going there anyway, so why do I need to spend a week on this application?
That's fair.
Oh no, she's coughing.
Yeah.
You know we're live, right? I can't edit that out.
It is allergy season. I quite literally walked out this morning at 6 a.m. to my car, and it is covered. My car's red. It looks green. It's covered in pollen. The sneezing, I'm about like 4 allergy pills deep today. The sneezing has gotten to me a little bit.
It happens.
Is it allergy season there?
Oh yeah, I've been popping Zyrtec like a vitamin. I mean, we're just doing everything we can to stay fresh and clean nasally. That's my goal.
Hey, can't win them all. Can't win them
That's
all.
right. All right, let's check in on the chat before we dive into the show. He's here. Hello, Nick Tarina.
King, what's up, homie?
I'll see you in a few days. I need to text Nick. I have two things I need to text Nick. A, breakfast spots in Baton Rouge, and also which day we're going to the tailgate, since I'll be out Saturday off in Texas.
In the
It's got to either
tailgate
be Friday or Sunday.
in the parking lot?
Yeah. There's no verse here. There's no verse here, Annie. We are Gray and Nick in the parking lot. Despite what Nick said.
Listen, I was about to say Nick seemed pretty for it. He likes where her head is at, so it very much sounds like a verse.
I am not doing that. I am not fighting anyone or any.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
That's right. I hang. I'm all for a good time. I try to be a good hang. Some probably disagree, but I try to be a good hang.
Are you a good hang? Depends on who you ask.
Depends on what we're talking about. Probably softball.
All right, so softball counts as a good hang. I agree, 100%.
All right, so do you want to start the show with some breaking news-ish? Breaking-ish news?
Do you want to start the show with breaking-ish news?
I do, because I'm really disappointed in Tara and Brady for not tweeting what I told them. So I'm going to do it here.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I was like, what's the breaking news?
Yeah.
Yes, let's break some news.
All right, so yesterday I got confirmation that there is a new award.
This is dirt.
So we're doing the TV broadcast, Kaylee Tao and I, and we're talking about SEC Freshman of the Year. And so my thought, because I'm looking at contenders and thinking, I'm like, all right, so are redshirt freshmen eligible? My assumption is yes, but I want to check with the league, because Tori Edwards at LSU, Nelly McEnroe-Marinas at Oklahoma, like there are a couple redshirt freshmen who are going to be in the mix for SEC Freshman of the Year. So I texted Amanda Scarborough and asked her if she knew the answer, and she said she didn't off the top of her head. So she hit up our friends at the SEC office and asked, and we got confirmation that yes, redshirt freshmen are eligible for Freshman of the Year. And then we also were told about a new award that is being introduced this season. It is SEC Newcomer of the Year.
How do you feel about that?
I like, and let me real quick make sure that the clarification is there. So it's got to be a transfer, somebody new in the league that's not a freshman, and they have to have never previously competed in SEC competition. Now, the way I read that is they have to have played games. I don't know if that means like practice or anything, because then we could have a whole Courtney Day discussion. But like somebody like a Mac Barbara, even though she's new at Texas A&M, would be ineligible because in 2020 she played in 12 games at Ole Miss. So unfortunately not part of this, because she's competed in SEC competition. But this was something I did not know about. Nick Tarina might know, because he's married to somebody who voted on this.
Spill the dirt, Nick.
Yeah. But this is exciting. So what do you think? Are you hesitant? Do you like it?
I don't like it.
Really?
I think lame.
What do you mean?
If you're the best player, you're the best player. It doesn't matter if you're a newcomer or not. If you're the best freshman, you're the best freshman. Other than that, come on. Are you kidding me? That's like, okay. And this may be my softball upbringing, my time at Oklahoma, and I'm looking at the time clock on this, because I'm like, I want to clip this, because this is something I'm like fired up about this. But like, how many awards are we going to be giving out for every single thing? If you're the best, you're the best. It doesn't matter if you're a transfer or not. If you want like recognition for that, you're the best or you're not. I don't care. I think that I'm not a fan of it at all. And are there players that are going to be really good that get it? Absolutely. Like, there's too many teams in this league to not have you look at 2 SEC teams and you're going to come up with some great athletes. But the award is meant to be for the best, whether you're new to the league or not. I think it's lame.
All right.
I think it's
Let
lame.
me counter.
I think it's soft.
Let me counter. Every other sport in the conference has this award. So, like, yeah, bring it to softball. Now, you can discuss the merit of the award, and I think that's fine. But it was really stupid that softball did not have this, and I'm glad that the coaches decided to add it in, because basketball, like women's basketball, I think baseball's had it, and softball has not, which is odd. So, it's going to be, and it's also just something interesting because it kind of threads the needle for some of the people who might not win some of the other, like Sam Landry. I don't think she is going to win SEC Pitcher of the Year.
Then she needs to be better. I'm sorry.
But hold on. Let me finish my thought.
You're not good enough
Nicole,
to win, so let me just make up another one.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gray.
But I do think that her contributions should be recognized with something. And we've also seen in past years where, like, we've had great transfers come into this league who maybe were probably second in the voting for a major award and then got nothing or something like that. And I like the opportunity to showcase more specifically the talent around the league, and also to spread the wealth a little bit, because you get more team sweeps when you only have the 3 awards. And so if you add that 4th award, it would be unlikely to me that you would see one team get all 4 player awards with coach potentially there. So I like the fact that we're also providing the opportunity to spread the wealth a little bit. Now that's on the coaches to, when they vote, to actually kind of look around, but I like it. I think the list of contenders this year are fascinating. Sam Landry would be at the top of my list right now because she would qualify, but we're halfway through. You never know.
I just caught my face. I'm so sorry.
You were not pleased with me facially.
I didn't hide that.
No, it was giving shut up, Gray.
Oh, no. It was just giving sweet Gray. I could not disagree with you anymore. Oh my gosh. Agree to disagree, and that's what makes this the dirt, I think it is. It's like,
Nick, super chat. Nicole should now announce the award at the end of the season. You down? You coming to the SEC tournament? We'll mic you up.
Nick, you're crazy. I'm not coming to the SEC tournament. I'm so bummed. There's just going to be a lot of Softball America people at SEC tournament, and it doesn't make sense if we're already going to have like 4 people there.
Okay. So where are you going? Big 12?
If I get to call Big 12, I'm still waiting. But if not, then I will probably go to the ACC tournament in Boston.
Oh. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to cover ACC. Why not me?
You're not wrong.
Why not? But Nick, I do appreciate that shout out.
Wow. Janai Kerr just hit another home run off Rothrock, 4-0 Florida State.
Let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, thoughts and feelings on that. Okay, let me narrow that question down because that was like pretty broad. On that, thoughts and feelings on them going back and pitching to Kerr the way that they did.
Well, I didn't see the home run pitch. I'm watching the stat broadcast, but I will say I have called quite a few games featuring Florida State, and Janai Kerr just seems to get the big hits against good teams. In Clearwater a couple years ago, she was the lone run off of Montana in that excellent primetime game. Just sent one out to left field. It was smash. It was right by Tom and me in our little perch. She just delivers. And I guess I'm not surprised that that she's the one getting the clutch hits, but also knowing Stephanie Van Berkel-Protho, Florida pitching coach. She's not afraid of anybody. She wants to
Casual.
pitch. She's like, I don't care, all out, whatever, let's go. I am attacking you, because that's just her mentality. And with Rothrock in the circle, I'm not surprised that they were just like, yeah, we'll go after Kerr. I mean, nobody on base. I think there was one out, nobody on base. I mean, it's a solo homer. Doesn't destroy you. It's not great, but it doesn't kill you.
My thought on that is like, yeah, like I'm not going to intentionally walk, but like, wouldn't I want to nibble around the corners a little bit more with like a hitter as dangerous as she is? Like, fair, right? She's dangerous, but also knowing that Rothrock hasn't been back, like she's been out, it takes a second to get back into stride, which she's doing great. Don't get me wrong, like she's doing pretty good. But I just think,
okay, I pulled up the home run. I saw the location of the pitch. I would be quite surprised if that was the pitch call from Steph. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a miss.
I'm like, I feel like I would be nibbling on those corners a little bit more, than like really like going at her. But then Edenfield, Annie said Edenfield just missed one by like 2 feet. So yeah.
Anyway, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted by Jeni Kerr?
Okay. I was.
You were talking about.
You want to hear?
Oh yeah, go for it. Isn't that the point? Isn't that why we're here?
So I was. Right, that's why we're here. So I was talking. I won't give full dirt. I'll give like some dirt. So I was talking to somebody, and it was somebody who had won a national championship as well. Didn't play with them, but they're national champion. So like they get it. They've been to the World Series. They've won a World Series. All that kind of stuff. And we were talking, and I think it's really lame whenever teams, personal opinion, I think it's really lame whenever teams go to the World Series and they get a ring for it. Like, you didn't win anything. If you won a conference tournament, get a conference tournament ring. I think that's totally valid because you won your conference tournament. If you won a national championship, get a national championship ring because you won a ring. Like, you won it. If you went and got a ring for getting 8th place, excuse me, that's a participation. No. And that's how I feel about this newcomer award. It's like, you're getting part, like, no, you won it. You're the best in the league. There's a reason why there's only one, or you're the best freshman. Other than that, like, I'm sorry, but like that feels to me like, well, there's so many good players. Like, let's add in another award so somebody else can win too. I'm like super competitive, and this is my issue that I'm working on in my personal life. But I have 2 modes.
I don't know if we have enough time to dig into all that part.
No, that's the story from my therapist. I have on where I'm like super intense. That knows. It's like, yeah. Or I'm chill and I struggle. Like, I can't be like, oh, I'm like halfway competitive. Like, I'm super competitive, or I have to take it like it's a big joke. There's no in between. If I'm competing, like there's no way. I think it's lame. I think it's soft. I think we should be competitive. There's nothing wrong with
so
that.
Your argument,
there's only one
your winner. Argument about newcomer of the year is if you were that good, you would just win player of the year, is basically what you're saying. Your argument is if you were that good, you would just win player of the year.
Yes.
Okay. I hear you.
I'm just like,
I understand that argument in terms of the merit, but every other sport had it, so we should have had it. I will make that debate as well.
I do like tip my hat to that argument point of like, one, what are we doing as I almost said as a country. What are
Ha!
we doing as a conference? Like, good Lord. But yeah, it's the only one. But like, I think it's dumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Did anyone else know this? Like, are me and Amanda just like under a rock? Like, did you know about?
I didn't know
Okay,
this.
we got
Yeah.
confirmation we were allowed to talk about it on the broadcast last night, and then I was like, oh, cool. So that means we're like talking about something nobody knows. And then I sent it to Brady and Tara, and no one answered. No one said a thing. I think Sydney hearted it. That was it. I was like, am I stupid? What's
You
going
got left
on?
on red. That's tough. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
Mercer up 3-0 on
they were in a.
Georgia.
Oh, now it's 5-0. So they were in a rain delay. I guess it just ended. The rain delay.
That's tough. Yeah.
I just.
You know what's good? That I don't watch games live, like on a stream. Like, okay, whenever I'm broadcasting, but like me as a fan watching a game live, sometimes I'm just like my reactions. I think it would be fun to have Softball America staff watch a game live and just stream our reactions. I think that would be really fun. Could you imagine Tara and Brady and me and you and Sid just watching this live? Like, come on, you cannot tell me that would be so good. What do you guys think?
Well, all right. Here's what I'll say.
Help me out here, chat. Help me out.
I
here,
can go
chat.
ahead and I can go ahead and predict what would happen. I would say something, and you would look at me and go, "That's not true at all." And I would go, "What do you think, Sydney?" And she'd go, "I don't know." And then Tara would say, "No, Nicole's right." And then Brady would make some quip, and that would be every 5 minutes.
I don't think I'm like, oh, that's not
But
right at all.
you would say that to me. That's how we
I would
roll.
not say
Not
it
like in
like
a
that.
rude
I
way.
would
It would
not.
just be our banter. That's our thing.
Yeah, I would probably be like, that's a cold take. Like,
You'd be like, "No, why would you
Probably,
bunt?"
yeah, probably. Why are you squaring
It's
around?
like, why would you bunt?
Gray, you're wrong. Why would you butt in that situation, Gray? Explain yourself. As if you're the coach.
I don't know. Hey, by the way, people in the chat, we see a little activity. We want to hear more from you. Please speak because I can't. So pop up your questions. Send us questions you want us to answer. We are going to dip into the mailbag a little bit later. And Florida State has just won 4-0.
Wow. Boom. Talk about a statement right there. So fun this year. Like, everybody's getting upset. It's so fun. I live for chaos.
I am now even more intrigued in Arkansas, Florida this weekend. I picked Arkansas to win that series on out of the box.
I feel like they're due.
That was sorry, I was reading a very long question. I'll get it in a minute, Mark. But yeah, I don't know. That was kind of like my gut, like this one just feels weird, and now I think I'm on the right side. We'll see how Florida reacts. They had this kind of moment middle of conference play last year. They struggled with Missouri, and then they got it right back, and they were the hottest team in America for about 2.5 weeks. Like they destroyed everybody in the SEC tournament. Like they were unstoppable. And that was when I was like, ooh, maybe it's Florida that's going to beat OU.
Ooh.
And they competed well with the Sooners.
They did. They did. That they did.
Mark, I'll flash your question in a moment, but while we're talking about all this,
you dirty
Nicole,
dog,
your thoughts
Annie.
on
You dirty dog, Annie. I love this.
Thoughts on OU getting beat by Tennessee?
I was really proud of Oklahoma's pitching. I hadn't seen that from them in a way that I was like, yeah, that was really solid. Like they pitched a great series. Great series. Oh.
Hey, James.
Florida State with the dub.
They're going to move up.
I got to call Florida State in preseason. And so just whenever you spot a team from the beginning and you get to watch them kind of grow and develop as season goes on, like I'm kind of cheering for them. I'm kind of cheering on. But yeah, okay, we're back. We're back. I think that I was proud of the pitching staff, but I think at the end of the day, whenever you leave that many runners on base and that many runners in scoring position, like you're not the better team in that game. And I think that's where Oklahoma, like, they fell short big time. And that's typically where they're really strong is with 2 outs. And their offense is obviously like one of the best in the country, but they did not do well with runners in scoring position. I think they were like very, very low percentages the entire weekend. I don't know the percentages for the entire weekend, but I remember each game, Tennessee did better every single game. Not that Tennessee did that great either, honestly. There were 3 hits in that Sunday game that made a difference. It was Cassidy Pickering. She had that 3-run double. And then there was 2 that were like kind of back to back, so momentum building from Tennessee. But at the end of the day, like Tennessee executed. They were the better team that weekend. I think they were the better team. And Carlin Pickens, like, she pitched a great game. She did. She pitched a great game. She did a good job coming in relief on Friday. Like, Tennessee had the right game plan and they executed, and Oklahoma didn't. And that's something that I think people aren't used to seeing from Oklahoma is like, oh yeah, well, like it's the 7th inning with 2 outs. Like they'll still figure out a way to score like 5 runs, right? They're young and you can see it. They're exactly kind of where I expected them to be. They're young, they're learning. So I actually had Oklahoma being undefeated until this series at the beginning of the season. That was kind of a hot take of mine. So I was close.
Not
I was
bad.
close.
May I
Not
offer
bad,
a couple takes on this as the person who
I
quote
would
hates OU?
I would love a take.
Okay.
Tell me why you hate OU.
I don't hate OU because here's my take. I leave the weekend
Liar.
feeling better about Oklahoma than I did going in. You ready? Yes.
Really? Okay. Yeah, that is a take.
Deal
Let me hear more.
throwing as well as she did. Sam Landry has assimilated herself into the SEC extremely
She's
well.
always good.
And
yeah, she was always good.
that was my one concern coming into the year was like, I wanted to see it, and we've seen it, and she's been doing exceptionally well in the SEC. And then the question began developing as the year went on, like, all right, so what about the pitching behind her? And somebody had to step up. And with Lowry out, it had to be Deal. And Deal throwing really well is such a positive development for me because I'm never going to be concerned about the OU offense. I'm never going to be concerned about anything long term. If they have a bad weekend, I'm not watching it going, well, this means they stink. No, that's a fan mentality. So I'm sitting here.
And you're not a fan.
We're analysts. We're watching the game the way that we need to.
Period.
So I'm not concerned about the OU offense, and I saw much better things from their pitching than I have in the last few weekends. So I leave the weekend feeling better about OU than I did coming in. Even though they lost the series. Call me crazy, but sometimes you can have good takeaways from weekends where maybe you didn't win in terms of what the big picture looks like for a team. My take.
I think I like that last point of the takeaways. I think that one thing Oklahoma does really well, I think this is one thing Coach Gasso does really well, is she figures out a way to go, okay, how can we use this and move forward? Like whenever you look in the past several years of how Oklahoma has responded after a loss, personally victimized by Georgia, it's okay. But
that was a wild
after
game.
A loss.
Did you know that I was podcasting with Caleb Rowe when that game was going on, and we were watching extra innings while we were interviewing Bro? It was crazy. And there's a clip of us.
I did not.
There's a clip of us all reacting when Georgia walked it off. We're all like, "Oh my
my God.
And we also got on, I believe it was Jada Kearney who missed home plate on the home run. And that inspired the name of the episode, which was There's No Place Like Home Plate. But it was a couple years ago. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Oh, man. Ooh, what a time. I love that. Fun fact. Intertwined. I think that, what do you call it? I think that Oklahoma, they've shown like the past several years, whenever they lose, they typically go on a long streak. They learn from it very well. So I'm really curious as conference continues to go on. They have a midweek against Oklahoma State. Like all these things are coming up. How do they respond? How do they look? And I know Oklahoma State, they haven't been looking that great this year. Let's just be real. Like they haven't been looking that great. But it's Oklahoma State OU. Like that is an iconic matchup. You know, you're gonna get something out of both teams. Doesn't matter what you've done all year long. So I'm really curious to see how they respond.
I'm going to flash a couple comments up. This was what Mark said earlier. Gray, how about the only 3 home conference series losses in Norman in the last 20 years were to Kat Osterman, Lexi. I don't think it's short for Lexington, although I can ask her. We're friends on Be Real. Lexi Kilfoyle's Oklahoma State team and Carlin Pickens from Tennessee. So, good point. Kevin's question. Do you think that Florida is overrated? I do not.
I agree. They're good.
Yeah.
They're good. I do think Rothrock it's been shown, like without her, they struggle on the pitching side. Even without that, though, they're still a really good team. If you head into postseason, you just want Rothrock to be back on her game. But other than that, like, even without her, they're still a really good team.
Yeah.
They're just a great team.
I'm not concerned about Florida. I still very much believe in that offense, even though Corby Otis is kind of going through it right now. Everybody goes through it at some point in the year.
Yeah.
So
everyone goes through it. Even Brie Ellis.
But I would never say that. Nicole said that. I don't want her family tweeting me. I fear and respect Brie Ellis.
She's not going through it right now. I was just saying, like, even a hitter like Brie Ellis.
Why would you set us up to get tweeted?
I love them. They're great. They're funny.
I don't know any of the Ellises, but I enjoyed meeting Brie that one time.
Oh my gosh. Did you see the April Fool's post?
I'm going to need you to be more specific. From who?
Oh my goodness. From the pollen must have followed me in here. It's found me. Should we clip this as well?
Maybe.
Maybe. So Softball America put out like a rankings on like first baseman again. And it was like Brie Ellis number 2, and then the very, very small print down at the bottom left, it was like April Fool's, haha. I thought that was
Wait,
so
I
funny.
missed that. How did I miss that? I mean, I know I've had a crazy week, but how did I miss that?
Wait, I think Brady actually texted it. Let me pull this up. Maybe Brady posted it.
Oh no, it was Brady posted it.
Okay. Brady goes, look what I made Sierra put up. So it's like Bree, and it says number 2 first base rankings, and it's her like flying into home plate. And then whenever you zoom in, it says April Fool's, she's number 1. And I thought that was so funny. I was like, her family's totally gonna get a kick out of that one. So I thought that was funny.
Is good. Good work, Brady.
Brady, you jokester.
Oh.
And that's why he would be a great addition to our live watch.
We are, by the way, you can send non-softball questions to us. That's fun too. But we're getting a lot of softball questions tonight.
I love non-softball
Jason,
questions.
What are your thoughts on Texas's pitching? Tegan Cavan is my favorite for SEC pitcher of the year at the midway point. And behind, I think...
Not sophomore of the year?
Come on. I think there's enough there. So I like the Texas pitching staff. They got a lot of options.
Yeah. Tegan Vaughn. Whenever I had her on my podcast, Diamond in the South, whoa, that accent came out
Diamond in the
the
South.
diamond.
Nicole.
Whenever I had, it's like the White Lotus like accent coming out.
Wait, are you watching the new season?
I've actually never watched a single episode. I've just heard that she has a crazy.
She does.
Accent.
It's incredible. Anyway, sorry. Proceed.
Whenever I had her on my podcast, Diamond in the South, she was talking about how in the off season she just went on just this kind of discovery, and she was talking about how she made kind of that transition from being a thrower of, all right, here's my pitch, like I'm going, to being a pitcher where she actually has strategy in game, and she's not like obviously like overthinking, but she's like, I don't have to work as hard if I can get a ground out here versus like I'm trying to get the swing and miss on this one. So she was like very, very insightful. I honestly thought it was a great interview, just hearing her perspective on pitching. So if any of you guys have any pitchers, go listen to that. Honestly, just in general of going to the next level. But it was really insightful into how her mind works. It doesn't surprise me that she's looked as good as she has. Also, she's pretty funny. I thought she was funny. I like her. So yeah, big Kavan girl. Shout out Chris Brown. I am always
Super
happy.
chat.
Hey. Actually, it is my life kind of goes like this. So I'm like, if things are going like this, and I gotta be like, not here, but I gotta be like this.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta rise above.
Cause then nothing will phase me. Then I'll just be like, ha ha ha. And then I'll just continue on.
All right.
Life is like
Mark's question: is Texas Tech the most dangerous team that could be sent to a Norman regional?
No.
Who do you think it is?
Regional? Yeah. Arkansas?
No, they wouldn't be sent there. Same conference.
Do they not? I mean, I've seen in conference.
Not in regionals. Supers, yes, but not in regionals.
I feel like I thought I saw some. Okay. All right. Oklahoma State.
Would that not be super spicy?
That would be so spicy. And come on, let's be honest. ESPN does it for the storyline. Like we know ESPN's like, add a little bit of spice in there. Add a little bit of spice in that bracket. They have to.
Bo knows is gonna,
because there's been too many storylines where you're like, that was really convenient how that worked out. I would pay all the super chats to be in that room just observing them make the tournament bracket. I think I'd have to put tape or something over my mouth not to comment. I'd be like, but oh my gosh, that would be, could you imagine?
I would enjoy being in the room because I think I would beg them to show consistency in their evaluations of teams.
Please, I beg you.
And he's got a good point. Nebraska.
Ooh, Nebraska. Annie, you dirty dog, part 2. I love that take. So much. Jordy's, I think OU would win.
I do too.
But Jordy's she's a freaking dog. She's a dog.
It would be something.
But I think OU would win.
All right, Ron.
Yeah.
What teams, in your opinion, are overrated?
And before you answer, just remember, James has prompted you to bring the facts.
Do I not? I always have the stats to back me up when I have a take.
Spit out that fire. Word to your mother.
Wiki what?
I love that you're like.
Which teams do I think are overrated? I don't know. Rankings are hard this year. I don't know if anybody, like, they change constantly. This was a weird week where there were multiple teams that destroyed teams and they moved down. Like I don't know. I don't know which. There's not anybody that I feel is egregiously placed or that hasn't at least backed up some of the reason why they're where they are in our top 25.
I'm looking. Um, yeah, I'm looking at South America's top 25 right now. And Kevin, Florida is
No.
definitely like very rated.
If very rated.
Very, I was like, what's the opposite?
They are
of
so rated,
overrated?
it's crazy.
They're so rated.
I guess if I had to, like, call me crazy considering what I'm wearing, I don't know if Texas A&M is actually the fourth best team in America. I just think that
Wow.
I think that they've done enough to be in that spot right now. So I think they're rated properly. I just, like, in terms of what's on paper and what they've done, I just don't know if I'm like, yeah, A&M is like a top 4 team. You know, I kind of feel like.
What do you mean? What do you mean what's on paper versus what they've
So,
done?
well, so like they've won, but when I've watched them,
Well,
I
they
haven't been
won.
super blown away. Emily Kennedy has not been as good this year. The other
Yeah.
pitchers are really solid. Sydney Peters has looked good, but I'm not quite sure who's getting the ball to step up if Kennedy, gets hit around in the postseason. I like the offensive pieces, but there are also times where all those pieces disappear, which happens to every team. But I don't know. Like I'm looking at my ballot, and there are teams that I think are better than Texas A&M that I have ranked behind A&M because A&M has won the games that they've needed to win.
Who would you pick for 4 on your ballot?
I had A&M at 4.
No, but you're like, there are other teams that I would pick. Like, if you were to pick, and it's not A&M.
I think LSU is right now better than Texas A&M.
Yeah. Let me go back to our voting. What did you vote this week? Let's see. Gray. Yeah. Wow. Tara.
No, do not out anybody.
No. You guys do not get to know this. Not until like 40 super chats. Then I'll take the heat. Tara.
Wait, which one? Put it.
This most recent one.
Text it to me. Do you think Tara would be okay if we did a challenge of? Oh,
Who?
Do you think that's too low?
Yeah. I think
it's consistent.
They were behind. Who they were behind. I was like, really?
Well, but that's the thing that we have to do when we put together this ballot is kind of figure out how to quantify our evaluation of resume and results versus what our eyes are telling us, because sometimes you can not look like the better team on a weekend and win the series. I've seen that happen before. So I did think that was crazy.
I just saw another one from somebody else, from Brady. Ooh. Wow. Oh my goodness.
I love how we're basically just like a call-in show tonight. It's just like whatever you send us.
I know we are. I actually do have a silly little thing that I want to
Well, can we get to 2 more questions and then go there?
Of course.
All right, James asked, was FSU lucky today? No, they got the key hit. They were the better team.
They were better. Mm-hmm. They were the better team.
And Marty asks, why doesn't U of Miami have a softball program?
I think they would be fun.
It would be a fun trip. Sign me up for that road trip.
I mean, that'd be a good place to play. Great weather.
So
good program.
They hired the Clemson AD a couple years ago, and I remember when he took the job, he said something about bringing softball to Miami. I wonder if it's all the current financial situation of college sports that's kind of stopped that train for now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of schools here in Texas that I'm like, why don't we have a softball program? I totally get
TCU,
that.
cough
But
cough.
TCU, yeah, Rice, fun fact, Rice University was my dream school as a child, like before A&M was. Um, and then I was devastated because they didn't have a softball program. But they had a really good baseball team, and so I was like, doesn't it make sense? Like baseball, softball? But and then I was like, Boomer Sooner, baby. And then I went to OU.
And the rest is history.
True story.
All right.
And then
Those are the
yeah.
last two questions. What did you want to tell us on the dirt? We have the stain coming up, so don't step on your stain. But
Okay. I got a PR package. And this is something that like I haven't gotten. Um I've never got a PR package to this level. And this isn't even like crazy influencer level.
what is a
Yes.
PR package?
A PR package is whenever you get mail sent to you by a
Oh,
brand and they just give you
oh.
stuff. They gift it
If
to you.
anyone wants to send me stuff, please.
I was like,
I'm running out of
I opened it.
shampoo,
I was like, oh,
so send me shampoo at
Dove, maybe. Let's like at Dove.
someone.
This episode of The Dirt brought to you by Dove, maybe.
Whatever's out
One
there.
day.
So you had a PR package sent to you.
I got a PR package. And so the first time I got something from this brand, I don't know if you would quite call it a PR package. It was very smaller scale. So the PR was from Nerds. So first time I got it, I was actually visiting. I was at Texas A&M in the fall. I was doing my visit and interviewing the coaches and all of that, which is gonna be coming out soon. I'm actually so excited about that. So check that out for whenever it comes out in South America. There's actually some really, really good interviews
I mean,
with
you've only
coaches.
been teasing it for like 4 months, so I'm really excited to finally see it.
Out of shampoo, hashtag diva down. Diva down, diva down, diva down. That's too good.
Should we have a Diva Down award of the week?
Oh my gosh, that would be so good. A diva down moment. Hey Gray, what was your diva down minute?
Well, I'm not going to actually bring down the vibe, so you just answered the question.
Oh,
It's okay. That was probably it, but it's fine.
oh my god, Gray, I'm
No,
so
you're good.
sorry. I really put my foot in my mouth with that one.
So what'd they send you?
So,
Let me just transition. What did they send you?
smooth. So last time I had gotten it around Halloween time, and Nerds had sent me this big Nerds box. It said Nerds everywhere all over it. And I got a bag of Nerds, and there was a costume, and basically you could make your own self into a nerd. So it was a bodysuit, like little fuzzies. And if you look on my Instagram, there's a video around New York City Marathon time, and I dressed myself up and head to toe. I was dating my boyfriend at the time, no longer, but at the time I was, and I was like, when your man's is running, so you got to turn yourself into a snack. Like, I thought it was kind of funny. Anyways, hey, shampoo
Thank you,
fund.
James.
That's some good
I'm gonna go get
shampoo.
some now.
You know what? Anybody else want to give Grace some shampoo? This man he needs help with his hygiene.
That's unfair.
Grace hygiene fund.
That I shower regularly. How dare you?
How
How
dare
dare
you? I
you?
resent that. How dare you? So I get this package. They send me an Awala with a cute little
Oh,
nerd, right? They send me, there was a third bag, but my nephew broke into my room and ate all of the candy out of the third box. So I was really pumped about that one too. It looked Easter flavored, colored. I don't know, Easter themed. But then They got me a
Wow.
camera. I'm like so
With
excited.
the film, did they send you film too?
No, they didn't
Oh.
send me
Well,
film. I was kind of
come
bummed
on,
about
nerds.
that. I was like, but I got a camera and I was like, oh my gosh. And I've been really good because, man, I could tear up a bag of nerds so quick, and I haven't opened them yet. So whenever I do open them, it's game over for me. So yeah.
Nerds clusters.
I have a bachelorette trip this weekend, and we're gonna be at the beach. So I'm like, yeah, I can't really eat that candy before this trip. I'll just be honest. That's why I haven't eaten it yet.
That's this upcoming weekend? I thought it was next weekend.
No, next weekend I have a wedding.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That was my stain like several weeks ago about how my softball friends are just doing their wedding stuff in softball season. Yeah, super tough.
There will be multiple alumni who will not be here for the OU series because of a wedding event. I will not name drop, but people were quite like, wait, it's that weekend? Oh no.
Oh no. That's actually
it's all right
tough.
though.
You win some, you lose some.
Are you excited to come and stay at my house?
Oh my gosh, Gray, I'm so excited. I'll
make sure there's shampoo.
I didn't realize. I'm like, you guys, should we just do like a special dirt edition on the weekend? Like that Monday or something, or that Friday leading up to before the series? I feel like that would kind of be fun.
If we did a live dirt after the game, that'd be pretty hype.
That would be pretty fun. Ooh, okay.
Wait, hold up. Nick Torina's got jokes. So the kid that dreamed of going to Rice got nerds seems fitting. Attaboy.
He said, good one, Nick. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna send out a tweet. I'm gonna issue officially the challenge. The loser of this series, obviously you're Alabama, I'm Oklahoma. The loser of that series, that Monday after the game, they have to go to the karaoke bar and sing the other team's fight song.
The karaoke bar is only doing karaoke on Thursday nights. That's the only night Jackie's does karaoke. Trust me, we hate it too.
Jackie, you crazy girl.
James. The film fund.
At least it's not for the hygiene fund.
I do have shampoo.
Tweet
I agree, Mark. I don't know what is that a company, Public Rec? I just saw the
You gotta be put on a new khaki.
I just saw the khaki pants part.
What's your favorite khaki brand?
So there are three that I switch between. I like Brooks Brothers.
Ooh, the big three.
Brooks Brothers, Peter Millar, and Johnny O's. Those are my three main khakis.
Love that.
Mainly because I can get really good breathable khakis that I can wear in 90-degree weather. So like I'm still wearing pants.
Get those breathable khakis.
But I'm not dying because they're super thick. They're really nice.
And you're like,
I will take any sponsorship. Why is Sharpie not sponsoring me at this point? I really still wonder.
That's true. We should make a campaign.
I have Sharpies everywhere.
We shall.
Do you need a red Sharpie? Here are some.
Why do you have so many reds?
How about the matte colors? Here are 2 packs of them. Ooh. Why do I have so many reds? Because every weekend I'm making a board for Alabama, and their primary color is red, and I run out of reds.
That's fair. You should tag Sharpie in it every time you make a board.
I should.
And put it on your story and tag them. I think they would like that. Shall we transition to the stain?
Yeah, I think I got everything I want to. I mean, there are a couple things that we didn't get to, but that's because of y'all, dear viewers. So thank you for sending questions.
Dear viewers.
Oh.
Gentle reader.
Mark, you don't do shorts under the broadcast desk. I do not, because we spend so I get as widely documented on a dirt that I don't think ever aired, I get to the game 2 hours early, and
Widely
a
documented.
lot of that is spent. Oh, is your voice off from your mouth according to James?
James, am
I don't
I?
know. Not to me, but we'll see.
I'll
If it's
refresh.
okay, I'm gonna be here for alone for a minute, so I'll just answer this question while Nicole dips. Okay, shorts under the broadcast desk. No, because when I go talk to coaches or just go to the dugout or anything, I just like the feeling of uh, looking like I'm in a hardcore working capacity by wearing pants as opposed to the shorts. So it's kind of just like I hate saying like a professionalism thing because there's nothing wrong with wearing shorts, but just like I don't know, it's just what I've always done, and I like the vibe. So Annie, I agree, but also the Sharpie is red. So of the Sharpie colors that are available that I can use, widely available, red is the option.
No crimson.
Well, I kind of think it's perfectly fitting to get to the stain, don't you, Nicole?
I do.
All right, let's go to the stain. Chat still popping. What's your stain, Nicole? Be careful.
All right. Which way do I want to go with this? Should I go softball stain or just regular life stain? I feel like we've been talking a lot of softball today, so I can't decide.
Up to you. I'm kind of torn as well, so I want to see what direction you go in.
I'm gonna go. This stain's gonna make me nervous. All right. I'm nervous to say this one out.
I don't know what it is, but do it.
All right. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I think that whenever you are ranked and you get big wins, act like it. Like celebrate,
Uh-oh.
but like
Oh no.
act like it. I saw. Oh, okay.
You've already stuck your whole foot into the pool. Now you just got to dive in.
I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Like, yeah, just act like it. If you're ranked, act like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I have to say. I have sweaty hands right now. Saying that out loud.
I'm not going to add anything to this
You
because
have to go softball now.
I really don't want people after me ever again. It's been a tough week for Gray. The last thing I need is some of you fools out there tweeting me about what an idiot I am.
My hands are so sweaty, Gray. I'm dying. Annie, so true. That is such a valid comeback. I think that is so funny.
Hey, here's the one thing. Here's the one thing that I will say. When teams and when they rush the field on you, when teams celebrate like they've done something insane as opposed to just winning a series, that is an ultimate compliment to your program. We have said for years, the minute people stop rushing the field when they beat Alabama in football, that's when the program needs to reevaluate some things. Because as long as it still means something to beat somebody, then that means you, the person who just got beat, are still someone. So there you go.
Did this come from your burner account?
No, he just got back to his dorm from FSU, Florida. He just said that.
Oh, sorry, Grant. I'm sorry. I thought you were great.
No shots at my name, brethren.
All right, what's your stain, Gray?
All right, here's my stain. This is all I love. I love our jobs, and I love this sport. Some of y'all fan people out there take it way, way, way too seriously.
No way.
There are so many more important things in life, and kind of cycling back to what I was talking about early and all the stuff that was going on, like it seemed so stupid to me how the day that I found out that my grandmother had passed, I saw all these comments on social media, people just enraged that Alabama wore teal because it's, quote, not an Alabama color. Like, I don't understand why people get so mad about stupid stuff when, like all that was circulating through my head, and I read that and I was like, really? This is what you care about? This is the hill? This is the hill that you're going to die on? Really? Okay. I would encourage everyone to keep perspective about what is actually important, and to not let things like rankings or like the uniform someone wears or really anything about a game dictate how you treat other people and cause that treatment to be harsh and sometimes just flat out rude. Like it's not that big a deal. It's important to us and we love it, but at the end of the day, you know, it's
a game.
It's a sport and it's a game, and we're just having a good time talking about it and analyzing it and watching it and getting to know everybody who's a part of this sport. But like, there are more important things to get riled up about. Some of the things y'all get frustrated about should not be at the top of the list. That's what I'll say.
Love that. Speak truth, Gray. Speaking truth.
Yes. And also, my boy Nick Torino, let me tell you, if Beth is sitting right there, tell her yet again how awesome All for Alex Day remains in the SEC. And how cool is it for OU to finally be able to get in on the act?
Yeah, that was cool.
Here this weekend.
So they were able to get into it, but also just kind of talking to some of the players after the game and them kind of learning the history. Like, obviously they knew about Alex, but really learning the history, really understanding why it's so important, really just kind of learning some stories about other women as well. I just think that part was really, really cool.
Yeah. All right, do you have anything else?
That's all for me. All right. What? Keep an eye out on the challenge. OU Alabama. We're gonna figure out some kind of challenge. Make sure you guys tweet us out or something. There has to be some kind of OU Bama challenge that Gray and I can do. So rack your brains, chat.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out, but I'm very excited. We'll do a dirt next week, and then you'll be in my home like 48 hours later, which is so exciting.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I can't wait. And thank you to the chat. You know, not as rowdy an audience tonight compared to the Olive Garden episode.
I don't think you can beat the Olive Garden.
We had some insightful questions.
Yeah, they were great. It was a lot of softball talk tonight. Loved it.
See, Marty, thank you. I'm getting some love for that one.
Yeah.
Just a little tightly wrapped sometimes. You know what, y'all? Here's my parting thought. It's okay. Everything's fine. Not everything is worth sending all caps messages about. Sometimes we just live our lives. And how lucky are we that we get to live our lives doing this and podcasting together, Nicole? Always good to see you, my friend.
Always good to see you, Gray.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I did it wrong again.
No, it was in sync. I'll take it.
Yeah.
One of these days we'll get it.
Okay. This has been The Dirt. That's Nicole. I'm Gray. We'll be back next week. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Hey guys. Peace.